My name is Libby Harward and I'm a Kondamoka woman and artist. My work is about the fact that our Aboriginal strength and sovereignty still exists in this, what I call the colonial crust that sits on top. So I use a lot of bitumen and road signs to talk about Aboriginal sovereignty, because it brings that story into the here and now and how we're living. My work will take any kind of form that it needs to communicate that. And I also try to use a lot of my own Indigenous language, or the languages that we used and shared around this area. So this work has the sculptural element, but also a sound element. I think visually we have very constructed ways of reading things, whereas when it comes to sound, there's a lot more freedom in the perception and experiencing. So that work was a way for me to condense in a space my sense of listening, and I put an ancestral story within all these layers, so you can hear the sounds of the construction and destruction of our lands, and you also hear the sound of a snake's belly sliding through the background of all these layers of noise, reminding us of our creation stories. I often try to make work that involves people to experience but think and listen at the same time. I did have a word for that, and I've created a work around that process, Gungalanji. So Gunga is to call out and to hear at the same time, and Gungalanji means to think. So it's a process of calling out, listening and thinking all at the same time. So I think that would be how I want people to take on the work, and I'd like it to make them understand that the context of how Australia has formed, and hopefully with that knowledge we can create a better future.